Goofy horror movies too.
Growing up, when I thought of horror movies, I always thought scary. You know, creepy atmospheres, scary looking killers, jump scares. But in a sea of these scary or even terrifying horror movies, sometimes there's some goofy ones. Horror movies so low budget or so ridiculous, or sometimes...
What the heck? A koala scary movie? Get the hell out of here. They really made that.
so trash you can't help but laugh at them.
That was Winnie the Pooh? Is this Winnie the Pooh? We had a scary koala, and you telling me there's a Winnie the Pooh scary movie? What is he doing? Tracking you down for honey in your cabinet? Stop it. Stop it, bro.
Some of these are well established, some of these are very popular, and some of these are the most ridiculous movie you'll ever see. And what better way to start than with a popular one? The Purge. We all know this one. Every year in America, all crimes become legal, rich people are protected, poor people die, economy and crime rates thrive, yada yada yada, people kill each other. Now, it's a good move. There were some goofy decisions made, like the daughter running off on her own when someone's in the house, or the son, you know, letting in a complete stranger on a night where people are allowed to kill each other. Oh my goodness, this pisses me off to this day.
If the Purge becomes real, I have to lock my children up. I'm sorry. Call me what you want. I gotta keep my family safe.
But the silliness of this movie for me doesn't lie in the decisions or the killers or the acting or anything like that. For me, it lies in its concept. A day where everything is legal. There's no rules to stop you, no cops to beat on you, and people are just killing each other? Really? You get 12 hours every year to potentially change your life, and you use it to kill homeless dudes and get petty revenge? Are we serious? You're not thinking about the long term, you're not thinking about the money? Go sell crack.
Go sell crack? Not rob a bank? What? I know the banks might hire a military or something, but that's better than selling crack. You're gonna get robbed. Like, bro, damn, you gotta go rob somebody before you get robbed.
Maybe I just don't understand the violent nature of humans. But I don't think that many people are itching to be the next Joe Goldberg. I'm sorry. That ending was booty, by the way. I might make a vid on it. But it ain't just the people only killing each other thing that I find goofy. There's also the unemployment and crime rate thing. The movie claims that the annual purge lowers unemployment and crime rates. And quite frankly, I don't believe that. Cause that's under the assumption that people don't work jobs because of competition. When in reality, people don't be unemployed because of competition. People be unemployed because these jobs are too dang bougie. We all know it's true. I've had days where I submitted, not even joking, over 80 Indeed applications just for the first word in the email they sent me back to say, unfortunately. And that's just their approval rates. That ain't even talk about their qualifications. I've seen jobs with requirements like 5 years experience, bachelor's degree, able to lift 50 pounds, fluent in Spanish, German, and Russian, and the job title? McDonald's manager, $12.50 an hour. So no, I don't think people purging each other would affect people's ability to get jobs. Then there's the whole crime rate drop thing. No, just no. If some random purger killed one of my loved ones at 6:59 a.m., you think just cause the clock hits 7 a.m. and purge time is over, I'ma be like, you got me this year, buddy. That was my favorite odds. I'll get you next year though. No, I am grabbing the 12 gauge and popping dude. And I'm sure if the purge was real, I wouldn't be the only one thinking this way. Ask yourself right now, you watching this, if someone slapped your grandma and they're right in front of you, are you really willing to wait till next year to get revenge?
I don't know what I would do in that situation. Like the purge start, the only thing you want to do is slap my grandma. I mean, if that's how you want to get your aggression out, I guess. Like, I'm gonna just pray for you. I don't know.
So no, it's also not fixing crime rates. But that's the Purge, which is pretty normal compared to other movies I want to talk about, like The Evil Bong, a movie about a bunch of stoners that come across this evil bong that when they smoke it, it transports them to Bong World. An evil dimension full of killer strippers.
Take me there. I can fix them. I promise I can. Evil strippers? What's evil about them? They're succubuses and they want to suck me up? Bro, that sounds like heaven. For me personally, you know what I'm saying?
This movie has 9 sequels, by the way. Then
Evil Bong 2, King Bong. Evil Bong 3, The Wrath of Bong. Ginger Man versus Evil Bong. Evil Bong 420. Ha, you get it? The 4th movie. Evil Bong High 5. Evil Bong 666. I get it. Evil Bong 777. The Ginger Weed Man. What? Evil Bong 888. Infinity High. I like these movies. I'ma watch them as I get high. They know what they doing. They know how to get the people going.
Then there's another very popular one, Beetlejuice. I'll be honest, I did not know this movie was a thing for the longest. I had heard a lot of good things about the so-called Beetlejuice, but when I thought of Beetlejuice, I only ever thought of, that little dude. So when I finally watched it, my expectations were high. And I ain't gonna lie, it didn't disappoint. This movie's a definition of goofy, but it's great. I can't even explain what I like about this movie so much. It's not the most exciting story. Nothing in it makes sense. It's barely even a horror movie. But as much as I hate to say this word, it has a vibe to it. It has this weird, funny take on afterlife where there's waiting rooms and stuff. That would suck. The music for this movie is just mwah, mwah, mwah. And I don't know, when I was watching this, it's like I slowly felt my desire to grow some bangs and dye my hair increasing. It was great. If you've never seen it, this movie is about a small town couple, Barbara and Adam, who die after being murdered by a dog.
Right.
Kinda, not really. That's just my interpretation of it, but you can't tell me this wasn't murder. And after respawning back at their crib, they find out their ghost haunting their old house, which is low-key pretty cool. Yeah, they can't leave the crib or get sent to literal Saturn and get attacked by sandworms, but eternal love or something. But their fun is spoiled after a family of snobby New York artists move into their house. And that's when you realize this movie, instead of being about the family being haunted by the couple, it's more like them being haunted by the family because they cannot stand these people. The stepmom, who's also the mom from Home Alone, is just super posh and obsessed with art. The dad, who's into bird watching, he's just money hungry. And the dude who plays him in real life is into some disgusting stuff.
Like what? Like what? What is he into? Tell me. You can't just say stuff like that and think I'm not gonna be interested. I have to know about this cast.
And then the daughter, well, she's the only cool one. She can actually see the ghost couple.
It makes sense in the sequel that queen up there, Wednesday Addams, plays the daughter. It just makes sense, bro. It makes sense. I called her Wednesday Addams, Jenna Ortega. It makes sense that she will play the daughter, bro. She's this girl's daughter in the sequel, and it makes sense to me. It honestly makes a lot of sense.
And best of all, she embodies the vibe this movie gives me. Just super goth, man. It's cool, but the couple was annoyed by this family so much, besides Lydia, they did everything in their power to scare them away. Ripped their own faces off, fake murder scenes, nothing worked. They even possessed them and made them throw it back.
Wow.
That'd be my favorite scene. What? It's funny.
I didn't know that was in the original movie. Now I have to watch the original movie to see if they was throwing it back with maximum efficiency. Like, honestly, y'all, this year I'm all about honesty, and I'm gonna watch it just to see them shake ass. Let's be honest, man.
Even that didn't work. It actually made things worse because these dudes decided it'd be a smart idea to make the ghost a tourist attraction, like a business. And I don't know about y'all, but I'm definitely going to that. Did you see how they was throwing it? With no other options left, like something straight out of The Exorcist, they looked to hire a specialist. But this wasn't just any specialist. This was Beetlejuice, not the little one. This dude is a moldy skin, green-haired having, perverted being, and I mean very perverted.
He had a camera under her dress. Oh, okay. I thought it was a camera. He was just trying to see that thing. Ah, okay. Just playing. Just jokes, y'all. Just jokes.
Animated demon. And even though he showed up halfway through the movie, this dude was definitely the star of the show. They summoned him after saying his name 3 times to help them scare out the family, but turns out Mr. Juice likes to do more than just scare people, because when he gets summoned, this dude starts trying to kill the family. That's called false advertising, Mr. Juice. Barbara eventually stops him, but it was too late. The damage was already done, and the only cool one in the house, Lydia, didn't trust the couple because she thought it was them that did it. I mean, they're ghosts. But don't worry, that wasn't the end for Mr. Juice yet. We see Lydia in her room looking all sad, looking all goth, wanting to not be living, until she goes to the attic and sees Mr. One and Only himself, Mr. Juice. She starts telling him about her problems and how much her parents suck and how she wishes she were dead. Yeah, mental health and stuff. How about you get me out of here? Mr. Juice promises he'll help Lydia with whatever she wants as long as she helps him. But before he can, the ghost couple come back. Where were they? Ghost stuff. They tell Lydia being dead doesn't make anything any easier, and it kind of sucks. That's right, life is worth living. But this wholesome moment is ruined when the couple, after giving Lydia her motivational speech, start being exorcised. Yeah, in an attempt to impress some business partners, this dude over here started pretty much killing Barbara and Adam. They're already dead, but you know what I mean. With no other choice, Lydia rushes to Beetlejuice for help, and he helps her, but at a price. Beetlejuice is summoned and he does what he does, terrorizing and kissing the family and their guests. But he does save Barbara and Adam. at a price. Beetlejuice agreed to help Lydia if, and only if, she marries him. What in the R. Kelly? You're hundreds of years old. This girl's a teenager. He really is a demon. Or a Minecraft YouTuber. But before their wedding could be complete, Lydia is saved by Barbara and Adam. And the sandworm from earlier comes through and eats Mr. Juice. What a fitting way to go out. Like I said, although a little wacky and goth, I really enjoyed this movie. 8.5 out of 10. The vibes are valid. But I cannot say the same about the next movie I'm about to go over. Abraham Lincoln Vampire.
What? Who made this? Why was this made? Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter? Y'all just doing shit at this point.
This is real. And when I tell y'all this is one of the most ridiculous horror movies I've ever watched, yeah, it's a horror movie. I truly mean it. This movie opens up and the first thing we see, a little black kid getting whipped.
Wow. I mean, it's time appropriate. But damn. They ain't waste no time.
This kid is Abe's best friend, and since it's the 1800s, he's sadly a slave. As a descendant of Caribbean slaves myself, and also probably a slave master. Not cool, white people, not cool. We see a young Abe Lincoln rush in to defend his friend only to fail, and this little debacle, I like that word, gets him, or should I say his family, in more trouble than he thought. Because that very same night, while little Abe is writing in his journal, he sees someone come in the house. And y'all can already guess who or what it was. A vampire. Which off the rip is how you know this didn't happen. Vampires are supposed to be welcome into your...
You're right. You are completely right. The vampire just walked in? No invite? Sounds a little suspicious if you ask me. Sounds like this movie don't know about vampires, huh? It's fake. I knew it.
This vampire, who was the same dude from earlier, was what started it all for Abe. Because after killing Abe's mama, R.I.P., Abe vows to get revenge on him. And this desire for justice is what starts Abe's vampire hunter journey. We see him get recruited. He gets a training arc where he can somehow chop down a whole tree in one swing and eventually kills hella vampires. But after finally getting revenge and reflecting and realizing this vampire thing is bigger than he ever thought, I'll get to that in a second.
Captain America? He's always in these weird movies, bro. Anthony Mack, look at him. That is definitely Captain America, bro. What? Stop it. Why do you keep showing up in these random movies?
He comes to the conclusion that the only way he'll really make a change in the world is through politics. So then he becomes president. And here during his presidency is where we really see the absurdity of this movie. Because if you paid attention in US history, what war started during his presidency, class?
All I remember is the Gettysburg Address. Oh, the Civil War. Civil War happened. Hey, hold on. I had a little slow moment. Don't get on me. The Civil War started during his presidency. If I'm wrong in front of everybody, I'm not cutting it out and I'm turning the comments off.
That's right, the Civil War. And now follow-up question. Who fought in that war? If you said the Union and the Confederacy, you're wrong. Because in this movie, instead of fighting against Southern slave owners, they fight against Southern slave owners who happen to be vampires. Yeah, the Confederate South in this movie is just roaming with vampires. Which in my opinion is hilarious. Can you imagine being a black person in the 1800s and you get rolled up on by a racist Confederate vampire? I've come to suck your blood. Oh. Never mind. Or at least that's how I thought they'd be. Because in this movie, it's actually the opposite. The vampires don't see black people as inferior or a person they would avoid eating. In fact, they're actually their main source of food. And they use slavery to cover it all up. So, at least they ain't racist. The war goes the same as it did in real life. Abe frees the slaves in the South. He ain't free them all, just the ones in the South. And then they use spoons and forks and other silverware to win the war. Not joking, that's how they won. And now finally, a movie I've been waiting to go over since 2022.
That was it? That's the whole movie? I don't think I'm watching that. That shit looks ass. But I'm interested at the same time to see what they changed about history. I don't know. It's so bad that I might want to watch it, bro. The Abe Lincoln movie is kind of interesting.
Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey. Back when I recorded part 1, this movie didn't release yet. But just off the premise alone, I knew it was a disaster in the making. A movie about Winnie the Pooh, the bear who eats honey all day, killing people? How did this happen? Well, apparently, after chilling with Winnie and friends for years like in the show, y'all remember the show, Christopher Robin grew up and decided it was time to leave for college. Playing games and eating honey with owls, tigers, and pigs just doesn't pay bills. And with their only connection to the outside world, and most importantly, food, gone, the animals were forced to fend for themselves. And then one fateful winter night, they decided the only way for them to survive was to eat one of their own, the depressed donkey. Doing this made them go deeper into their animal roots, never speaking again. And even scarier, it made them hate humans.
Wow.
And so now Winnie the Pooh kills people. This movie is so unserious. We're literally watching Winnie the freaking Pooh and Piglet kill a bunch of girls staying at a cabin just because they can. And it really is just the two of them, because this movie couldn't afford to add any of the other animals.
Man, the striped tiger, they couldn't add the tiger. That's my favorite character. I forgot his name, but damn, bro, like Winnie cool, but Winnie like, yeah, bitch, you only care about honey. Tiger, Tigris was the real one. What is that tiger's name, y'all? I truly forgot. Either way, Tigger was my favorite character, and they couldn't even put him in the show. The movie, I'm not watching the movie, bro. I'm not watching the movie.
There's no Tigger, there's no owl, there's not even the rabbit. And it'd be one thing if that was the only thing wrong with this movie. But no, the lighting is booty. Winnie the Pooh has super strength for some reason, able to chop off people's hands with one fell swoop.
They turned Winnie the Pooh into Michael Myers. What is this movie, bro? Stop it. Never make a movie like this again.
Some of the characters make the most ridiculous decisions, like, why are you still in the hot tub?
Y'all know why she in the hot tub. Fan service. Y'all know we gooning, bro. We gooning. We some gooners over here. I'm not even a milkman, but damn, she got some milkers on her. Ah! I'm so sorry, y'all. I'm so sorry. I can't turn it off, bro.
For crying out loud, they're wearing rubber masks. It's not even subtle. You can clearly see it. Look, look. This movie is something. It pretty much ends with Piglet dying and Winnie killing everyone except Christopher Robin, who he lets run away because he still had love for him. But it doesn't end there completely, because apparently since recording part 1, they've dropped a sequel to this movie, Blood and Honey 2, which I heard was actually better. And this year, 2025, they're supposed to be dropping a Poohniverse movie and a Bambi one? Bambi?
What?
Nah, I gotta see that one. That was pretty much all the horror movies I wanted to go over today. Comment down below the ones you guys thought was the goofiest. And don't worry, I will be doing a part 3. There's a few more movies I want to go over. And moral of the story?
Y'all let me know which one was the goofiest to y'all. Me personally, the Winnie the Pooh movie and the Abe Lincoln one. I might watch the Abe Lincoln one though. I might watch that one. Other than that, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.